Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness? And what concord hath Christ with Belial? Or what path hath he that believeth with an infidel? And what agreement hath the temple of God with idols? For ye are the temple of the living God. As God hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. Wherefore, come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you, and will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Almighty. 2 Corinthians 6:14-18. On December 6, 2023, a 67-year-old man named Anthony Polito opened fire on the campus of UNLV.
We want to begin tonight with new developments in a shooting on a college campus just hours ago. We are just learning from law enforcement that multiple people were killed after a gunman opened fire inside the business school at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
When we take a deeper look into this event, it becomes obvious that this was another satanic ritual meant to exalt the devil and his antichrist. So like always, let's get right into it. The first and most obvious thing that stood out to me about this event was the fact that it occurred at UNLV. Why? Because the school mascot for UNLV is the rebels. The scriptures tell us in 1 Samuel 15:23 that rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. Further, rebellion also points to the rebellious fallen angels. Here, you can see the UNLV rebels connected with the devil. The connection of this event with rebellion is confirmed by the age of the shooter, who was 67 years old. 6 + 7 is 13, the number of rebellion. Not only that, but since decim means 10, the date, December 6th, is actually 10/6 or 106. Strong's Concordance lists H106 as a growth, which means the fist, and we know that the fist raised towards the heavens is a symbol of rebellion against God. December 6th is also 12/6, which gives us the number 666, the number of the beast. Moreover, the number 67 reversed is 76, which also represents the spirit of rebellion or revolution and independence, as it points to the 4th of July, 1776, the Revolutionary War, and Independence Day. Since Independence Day is associated with revolution, rebellion, and freedom, ultimately, this is meant as a reference to the rebellious fallen angel, the devil, and Satan, who led the very first rebellion during the war in heaven. Further, independence points to the setting free or releasing of the king of the bottomless pit, the rebellious fallen angel, Abaddon or Apollyon. This is confirmed by the details surrounding this event.
And at approximately 11:45 a.m., LVMPD dispatch received reports of an active shooter at the UNLV campus.
The first calls reporting the shooting came in to 911 dispatch at 11:45. If we reverse 11:45, we get 5411. And if we then add the first two numbers, 5 plus 4, we get 911, as a reference to Revelation 9:11 and the rise of the king of the bottomless pit. It should come as no surprise that this shooting was synchronized to occur just after Republicans blocked the Democratic proposal to ban assault weapons.
Moments ago, Las Vegas law enforcement officials gave the first real details about the shooting at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas this afternoon. Hours before all of that unfolded, Democrats on Capitol Hill introduced a new assault weapons ban in the Senate. And here was the Republican response.
Americans have a constitutional right to own a firearm. Every day, people across Wyoming responsibly use their Second Amendment rights to keep and to bear arms. Today is about defending those rights against those on the other side of the aisle who wish to take them away from us.
Notice the senator from Atlanta, Raphael Warnock, spoke on this incident and outlined the fact that this was the 630th mass shooting in 340 days.
So far, our nation has experienced this year 630 mass shootings. Now, this is day number 340 in the year 2023. So 340 days, 630 mass shootings.
This was not done by coincidence, but instead was carefully orchestrated. Strong's Concordance lists G340 as incognito, which means to renew or renovate. Remember, Raphael Warnock is from Atlanta, whose logo is the phoenix bird that rises from its own ashes, renovated and renewed. Strong's Concordance also lists G630 as apolio, which means to set free or release a prisoner from his bonds, to set him at liberty.
Freedom, 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 freedom.
Both the phoenix bird and the name apolio point to the setting free or releasing of the king of the bottomless pit, as found in Revelation 9:11, which represents Lucifer rising from his own ashes. In addition, it is important to note that Raphael Warnock was supported by Barack Obama when he visited Atlanta in December 2022.
Since the last time I was here, Mr. Walker has been talking about issues that are of great importance to the people of Georgia. Like whether it's better to be a vampire or a werewolf.
Even more importantly, Warnock is the lead pastor at Ebenezer Baptist Church, which was once led by the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., or MLK.
When all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Remember I told you that MLK is another name for the horned bull god, Molech. This is important because it connects back to the shooting at UNLV, because the shooter was armed with a Taurus 9mm handgun and 11 magazines.
Polito was armed with the Taurus 9mm handgun. He had brought 11 magazines to the scene.
The shooter was armed with a Taurus 9mm handgun and 11 loaded magazines. Obviously, the 9mm and the 11 magazines gives us another reference to 9/11.
Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth.
Also, the
Kenneth English.